What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Games Mania with Artie. And we haven't done a video for a while like this, and we're doing another collection video. And this is our first video on talking about PlayStation 1 games. That's right, classic old PS1 games. And we haven't done a video like this for months. So we're going to jump into things right now. And the PlayStation 1 is actually nearly at its 25th anniversary, I believe, coming up pretty soon. Released in 1994. But anyway, we're going to get into our collection video right now. So the first one that we're actually going to talk about is Rayman. So we have Rayman 1 and Rayman 2 here. They're white discs. So I'll just bring them up just to show you. So we have Rayman right here. So I've never played Rayman myself now on the PlayStation 1. I've played the PlayStation 2 version, and it's a collecting game where you kind of have to follow different procedures throughout the gameplay, and you're running and collecting. It's a collecting cartoon style game, but it's very, very fun and interactive. So that's what I would say about Rayman. If you've played Rayman, if you're a big gamer, and you probably know all about it, and it's a very very fun kind of adventure game, I would call it. So that's Rayman 1, and I'll just show you Rayman 2. So and just to show you the back of the boxes, that's see, can I get that on the camera there? That way, yeah, there we go. Just some of the images to show you. And that's the front of the disc. Rayman 2. There you go. Rayman 2. I think we'll move on, guys. So not too much to say. The next game that we're going to show you in the collection is Shrek. And of course, if you saw Shrek, I saw Shrek when it came out in the cinema in 2001. The first Shrek movie. Well, this is Shrek. It's called Shrek. Treasure Hunt of Shrek. So it came out on the PlayStation 1. They also brought Shrek. I believe they brought Shrek and Shrek. They might have brought Shrek 2 out on the PS2 as well. I'm not too sure, but I know there's Shrek on the PlayStation 2. But this was the original Shrek that they brought out on the PlayStation 1. That's the back of the box, just to show you some of the images. You can see there. I'm trying to get that in focus. Yeah. So obviously, if you've seen Shrek and you know the story about that he's an ogre and all that, and he's green, very, very fun game. Another interactive kind of adventure game, but based around the movie. So there you go, Shrek on the PlayStation 1, and of course it's called Shrek Treasure Hunt. There you go. Not too much on that note. Okay, the next game that we have is another one here. We're missing the front of it. So we got Spec Ops. It's a green CD. That's it right there. Just show you the back, some of the images. Try and get that in not too much light. Yeah. Nice game. Spec Ops Ranger. So you're a ranger in the game, and that's basically the idea of it. So there, once again, just show you the disc up close. And again, once again, there's the back. If I can get that in focus to the camera. Yep. So I'm not going to say too much more on that one. I'm going to move on because we're going to try and get as much done as possible throughout the video. We got another game here, classic one called Mayhem. So kind of like WWE, like the wrestling, fighting wrestling game. So if you're a fan of wrestling, you played the later games that were on the PlayStation 2 or any other further console, you know all about the mayhem and the fighting, that you're fighting with your component and you're throwing them and bashing them around, whatnot. So just to show you it up close, there's the disc. Excuse me. Yeah. And of course there's no sleeve in the front. There's some of the images in the back just to show you. Yeah, 11 plus you got there. Classic PlayStation 1 game, Mayhem. There you go. Okay, that's the first row done. The next, we're going to move on to the next row. This is a classic game. Old one called Road Rash. So Road Rash was quite a violent game where you're on motorbikes. So that's the front of the cover just to show you. A very, very, very violent sort of game, which I believe was banned. I think it may have been banned in some countries, but it's definitely a classic worth playing if you've never played Road Rash. I mean, there's actually the game actually shows real life photograph images, and I think maybe video clips as well. But definitely a classic to try out. There's the back of the box just to show you, and I'll show you the inside sleeve there. Yeah, you got it all there. I won't do much more with that because it might fall apart. So there we go. Road Rash, classic game, motorbikes. The next one that we're talking about, guys, is the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, which came out on the PlayStation 1, the original classic Grand Theft Auto trilogy. So we got the trilogy right here. I'll just bring that up nicely just to show you. There you go. And there's the back of the box. So Rockstar Games. You got the classic Grand Theft Auto, the original. You got GTA London. I think it's the London 1969 and and Grand Theft Auto 2, GTA 2. All classics from Rockstar Games. So this one, it basically opens up like that, and you get them all in three. 1, 2, 3, and you get your instruction manuals and all that kind of stuff. Nice disc right there. That's the next one. And there should be another one in there somewhere as well, underneath the booklets. Yeah, so obviously if you've been following Grand Theft Auto for years, you know that they released all of the other ones like San Andreas and all that. But of course, by the time when they started making Grand Theft Auto, you were looking at a little tiny sort of dot. You were looking down at a. It wasn't in any kind of a first person view or the typographic kind of view that they have the gameplay in today. But these were the early games, the first ones, and they were released from 1997 up to 1999, and just absolutely classics to go back and play. Like when you see how much the graphics have progressed in Grand Theft Auto over time. It all began in 1997. This is when it all began. So Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition can be expensive to buy today as well. So not too much more to say. So that's the Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition trilogy. So we're moving on. The next one that we have here is Driver, classic Driver. So this is the first one that they made on the PlayStation 1. You got the white box art there. See, can I get that in focus? And that's the back of the box right there. Yeah, Driver, similar to Grand Theft Auto. You know, you run around, you do missions, you drive, it's chase. You know, if you've played some of the later ones, you had Driver 3 on the PlayStation 2. So if you're more familiar with that one and you never played the older ones, that's an older one, Driver. That's the first Driver. And that's the inside. There you have the instructions in the disc. Nice disc. Okay, classic Driver. Then we have Driver 2, of course. So we got that one right there. And red box art. And got the platinum version here. Just show you the back. A couple of the images on the back of the box. Yeah. Says a little bit of information there about the game. Enter Tanner, the driver. You're back in the driving seat, and a couple of more information about the gameplay right there. All that kind of crack. There's the buckle and the disc, all that kind of stuff. Cool game, worth playing. Classic Driver 2. So that was the end of the series, I believe, of the PlayStation 2 drivers until the PlayStation 3 came out. They released Driver 3. So yeah, you have Driver 2 on the PlayStation 1 there, two classic games. So I'm going to move on to the next game that we have here. And this one is like 007. So we have 007 Racing here, which they also released. Obviously, if you're a 007 fan, you know all the movies about 007. If you follow 007, they've made thousands of films or hundreds of films or whatever you want to call it. They, all of the 007 since it started and all the different people they had, Pierce Brosnan and all of those. So you have 007 Racing, and it's also a multiplayer game as well. That's the back of the box just to show you. Nice few images on the game. It was bought in cash connectors. I got it for $3.99. And there's the manuals, and there's the disc. Nice disc. Nice colours. So yeah, 007 Racing. Very, very poor graphics, I will say, on some of these older games if you go back and play them. But I can tell you one thing, the gameplay is very, very fun. It's fun gameplay. But yeah, 007 Racing, you got to try that one. It's classic. Okay, not to go into an overload of detail. But yeah, that's basically another copy we have of it there, but we don't have the sleeve, just we have it here in the collection, so we said we'd add it. Got the platinum version there, so that's the same game again, but 007 Racing. We just have two of them in the collection. So we're going to move on to our second last row. We have a couple more games to show you on this one. So the next row of games that we have is, I got another classic here. This is Formula 1 Racing. So we got F1 World Grand Prix, 1999 season PlayStation 1 game. So here we have it here. That's the front cover art, and that's the back of the box just to show you. Yep, got a couple of the images there of the challenges just to show you, and information about the game. If you're a fan of Formula 1 racing, if you watch it on TV, this is one of the old classic games. You got to try it out. It's really, really good, and the gameplay is fast moving, and for its time it was good graphics. But I recommend it. I recommend trying some of these. So oh yeah, and just there's everything you get. You get a really big instruction manual, and there's the disc right there, black disc. And that's another thing to note about PlayStation 1 games. They have a black CD. The disc is actually black, so there you go once again. Okay. So yeah, so this next classic one that we have here is another one of my favorites. I played it a lot on the PlayStation 2. So we got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 right here. Got the platinum version right here. That's the back of the box just to show you some information about the game. So as you know, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is a game where you're set to do goals, and you go up skate ramps and you fall off and you select your character, but it's mainly based on Tony Hawk himself. So unfortunately we don't have the first Tony Hawk's game to show you, but this is the second out of the series. Now I was a big lover of all the ones that came out on the PlayStation 2. So I played them for years and completed them and got a lot of fun out of them. But if you hadn't played this one or you've forgotten it, go back and play it. It's a classic. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. And that's just a bit closer up to show you. And once again the back. And the platinum disc. So yeah, classic Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Definitely play this game. Okay, we're moving on. The next one we have here is a classic which I originally played myself on the PC. Carmageddon. You got it right there. That's the back of the box. Just to show you, nice colouring. And there's the disc. and you got your instruction manual there on your disc. So Carmageddon was or is, I should say, it's a game where you are driving around in cars, and the idea is that you drive over people and you score points for driving over people and basically smashing them into the ground. It's quite a violent game, guys. So very very fascinating though. I will say I like the graphics on the PC version, but I saw it on the PlayStation 1 and then I decided I'd get it, and I think it's phenomenal. It's really really fun. You can get hours of fun out of it. But scoring points and driving over people, and you're driving around in fast cars. So interesting stuff. If you haven't played it, test it out, give it a try. If you can, you might be able to find some of these games on eBay. But Carmageddon, there you go. Right, moving on. The next one we got right here is 5 Star Racing, another classic racing game. We don't have a sleeve, unfortunately, in front of it, but at the side there just to show you. And that's the images on the back of the box just to show you. So another classic racing game. Just some information about the gameplay. 5 Star Racing, there you go. Moving on. Right here we got a multi-pack or a double pack of 007. We got Tomorrow Never Dies, and we got The World Is Not Enough right here in this sort of double pack classic of the PlayStation 1. And there's some of the images on the back just to show you. So obviously, again, if you follow 007 or you're into the movies, you've seen the 1963 007 or any of the other 007s that came out with Pierce Brosnan, or any of the other 007 film characters. You might want to try these ones out. You got a double pack here, classic on the PlayStation 1. So 2 games in the one. That's it, 007. And we got one more on this row just to show you, a soccer game. So we got a classic FIFA right here. We got a FIFA Road to World Cup. We don't have the front cover of this one, but that's the side just to show you. And there's a couple of the images on the back. Well, you got the soccer players right there. The world of football, yeah. Not sure the year of most of these games, but I assume that they were early 2000s to 90s to early 2000s. Right up to when the PlayStation 2 was released. But anyway, that's it. That's the last one on that row we have to show you. We got one more row of games here just to show you, and we're coming to the end of this PlayStation 1 game collection review. So we got another one here. That's it right there. This one is called... Oh, that's in the wrong box. But anyway, there's the disc. It's called TOC, actually, I think. I don't know, actually. Another one just in the collection just to show you. Anyway, we're going to move on because we're near enough to the end. We have Tekken 3 here, but we don't have the box for it. Unfortunately, that's just the disc, just to show you. We just said we'd add it into the video as well. So, yeah. The next one we have here is Monsters Inc. That was a classic one. I remember playing that one back when it came out. So we only have the disc to show you. So there was a movie on this too. So it was Disney. Yeah, Monsters Inc. Classic Monsters Inc. Came out in 2002 actually. So that's it right there. Not too much detail. Fun game though, adventure game. Most of the adventure games are really really fun on the PlayStation 1. We have another classic one here called Lego Racers. right here. If you're interested or you never heard of this before, old but classic Lego racers. All about Lego. If you're a fan of Lego when you were a kid, this is another one. Got it on the PlayStation 1, Lego Racers. Right there. That's a classic. Okay. We got another one here. Another Disney one. A Bug's Life. So, and there we got it right there. Look. Yeah. Nice CD. Bug's Life. So, another kind of cartoon Disney kind of game. That's it right there. Yeah, not too much to say. Another one in the collection. Another racing game we got here. Another classic racing game. World Touring Cars. Yeah. We don't have the front sleeve in that one. Anyway, we do have some images in the back though, just to show you. Trying to get that in focus. Yeah, some more info on the game. 40 world-class cars including, and it says some of the names of the cars there. You can get Subaru and all that right there, and different cars, Lotus, Renault. Yeah, so another classic old racing game. And the racing games are actually really fun on the PlayStation 1. The experience of that old kind of, the feel that you get from playing the older games, it's fun. It's a lot different than playing them on PlayStation 2. But anyway, that's another classic racing game. Guys, we only have 3 left to show you, but this is another one right here. I can't actually see the name on it though. Got the red CD right here. Yeah. Unless I can see it here. No, I can't. Oh. Ridge Racer Type 4. I don't know, is that the same game though? Another one in the collection. Anyway, we got 2 more left. We have a soccer game here. We only have the disc. AAQ Soccer 3. If I said that right. Black disc. Yeah. I wasn't too much into the soccer games myself, but that's another classic there if you're into soccer, if you played FIFA and all that. That's another older one to go back and look at. Anyway, we have just one last one here in the collection. Again, there's no front cover on this one, but anyway, there you go. Micro Machines. That's it right there. There's the disc. Yeah. And some of the images on the back just to show you. So it's pretty good animation. You get cars and stuff, and that's it right there. So, and yeah, you can see the side of the box there too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to say. That's all I'm going to be saying about our collection. So yeah, we're more or less done with this video. This is our first video on our PlayStation 1 game collection. We didn't have too much detail to give you on some of these games. Like some of the games I hadn't played them myself, so I didn't know too much about them. But we're hoping to do more videos like this on talking about consoles and different games. So hopefully later on in the year or by 2020 we'll have more to talk to you about game reviews and what we'll have coming up next on the channel. But yeah, that's it. Go PlayStation 1. We're delighted to announce our first game review on the PlayStation 1. I'd like to thank you for watching, and please do subscribe and give that video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys.